All right. Doing some minor adjusting here. Got out for a little walk here. Beautiful night out there. Tell you that. This is probably like an important walk now. It's probably an hour later than I, would need to do it. But the evening walk before you go to sleep is a good one. They tell you not to do it because it's getting away out of sleep, but maybe lifting weights, but walking not so much. Especially if you walk all day on and off. Plan's working. I know I'm on blood pressure medicine, but I it's going down. I've only been doing it a couple of days, 2 days. Right. Now, the key to losing weight while walking, it requires either like a 2 hour walk or something or more, or you can do like 40, 50 minutes 3 times a day. I definitely have something going on with allergies, I think, because this is when it's low allergy and I feel pretty good. Whole different world. I don't even no idea why I moved to the Midwest. Other than same thing, they cursed me, psychologically operated me, and ended up in a place I shouldn't have been. Right? Just boggles the mind that I didn't go get massage and go to the gym. That's what I did most of my life. Well, I mean, go to the gym. But these massage beds are great. Uh, they never interfered with my regimen. I'd have been fine. There's no doubt. I paid millions of dollars. I'm sure. Corruption at its worst. Larry. So we're doing the genealogy thing, like the Latter Day Saints. That's a big thing, the genealogy, and then they go back through their family as far as they can, and do the baptism for the dead. So my brother just happens to be working on his genealogy stuff, and we're probably going to fire that up again. There's a local guy that's pretty good at it, supposedly. So he was in with the missionaries, and we had a discussion on it. Oh, missionaries are like tasked with getting you up and running. I mean, especially if you're an outsider. Right. Like a core, kind of a course they present. Thank you. One's a great gym. The other one's a little bit, it's not horrible, but if they would just get rid of those fans and this one's got huge blades on it, much bigger fan units. So that's what they got to do. Got to put a bigger fan unit in the other one. Actually, they only have a couple here, and they're just huge, and they really do circulate the air great. The other ones are, I guess, the ceiling might be higher, and they're smaller fans, but I'm sure it's a cost-effective update they could use. Maybe it's just putting putting a bigger blades on it or something. That it's just horrid. You go in there. At first, I'm like, "What is all this noise?" And then I look, I'm like, "Oh, they got two big." Like when I was at Wood Spring Suites, they would have a fire and it get flooded and all that, and they would and they would they'd call the people that mitigate in, and they'd bring these big fans and these big. That's pretty horrible over there. They have two of them, and they're making a lot of noise. first I thought it was me and the hearing aid, you know. Then I came over here and go, wait a minute, sounds like it used to sound, you know, actually better. Like I wish I'd have like there's an advantage to getting a hearing aid like younger, you know, and because your hearing comes back real quick, you know, and you're younger, you still have okay hearing, you know. And so again, they ruled out every possible advantage for me in life. Right. Their casting spells pretty heavy. That's why you'll hear me tell you to heal certain things. Right. Yeah, it's a witches coven. It's a worldwide witches coven. They're all devils and stuff. Right. But again, church is part of it. Some of the churches. And it has nothing to do with doctrine or anything like that. That's the illusion. Right. Yeah, they have like workouts in the app. That's pretty cool. I walked outside. It was nice. Now my sinuses are clearing a bit. I can smell the flora and fauna. You know, it's nice. I live near the woods. So there was this big bug, and I think it was like a huge mosquito or something. I don't know what it was. Something like a mosquito. It may have been one, may have been something else. And I let it live, but it was on the wall like the next day dying. I try to let things live. Elon's going crazy. Elon Musk, you know, it's a game face, you know. He's looking for the next thing to jump to. Well, he got paid. He got upped. Yeah, right. Everybody took care of him. He acts like he's taking care of everyone else. I remember when Trump won the election, how much was that? I forget. It was some ungodly amount of money he made in like a day. Right. Well, he did me be a jerk about everything. And again, you have to think your way through all of this because it's going to if it costs more money. Again, Trump don't care. He's an older guy. As far as living, yeah, you're living, but you might be living in jail. People are going to try to throw. People have been trying to throw him in jail. You think they're going to stop now? He needs, you know, he needs the support of a system. Elon, I just told my brother, Elon didn't make the money on his own. And with him, Ellison's in here. I don't know if he hears me or not, but he agrees. They're in systems, and that's how they make their money. Right. I agree. Well, you know, Trump protected him from the other system. Right. Right. He's taking on gas and oil too. I mean, he tries to play. He almost tries to play like he's still that libertarian liberal, you know, but he's not. And look, Trump gave him access to all those agencies. They were giving him a hard time. I mean, Trump just needs to say nothing. Right. I'm just letting you know. Y'all got to step back. Right? And you're saying stuff around your offices. Again, remember last time? Same thing can happen, but again, you know, I don't believe that Trump's going to be in power. I don't believe Elon's going to be in power. Right? Elon might go to jail. Tell you the truth, he may be one of those rich people that goes to jail. Again, I'm not. I'm just presenting the facts, the truth. He just needs to step away, and Trump needs to step away and stop what they're doing. And again, when you do the cuts, you need to figure it out what the future is. Government was designed again. There's obviously when I say this, you all bring up, well, what about all those payments to the liberal things overseas? I'm not talking about that. So the government was designed over a period of time to save money. in the future. That if we do this, then we won't have to pay that. So one of the things, basic things, is a lot of people get angry that we pay money for people that for SNAP programs, for public assistance. But years and years of study has told us that if we pay a certain amount of that, then we don't have to. Well, I mean, yeah, okay. So here we are again. Oh, we'll just throw them in jail. Yeah, that costs money. It's cutting your nose off to spite your face. And I think, God and Jesus are probably behind the whole thing. Right. Yeah. If you don't feed a certain amount of people, I mean, all across the board, we probably at a certain point get an increase in criminal activity because they start stealing stuff to eat. It's stealing, ripping things off, with retail theft, it all increases. All different car theft, squatting, breaking and entering. Right. Well, but the thing is, it's going to go to the states, I guess. So the states have to. The states are a big pusher of getting Donald Trump in. So, right, you have to be intelligent about the cuts because most of those are state charges. Now you do get bank rob. I think you get some bank robberies will go up. Probably not a large number, but but it costs more money to have to put them in jail. Right. Thank you. And the thing about natural supplements, it takes a while to build it up in your system, but then it takes a while to get it out too. So probably that stuff's leaving my system, and my urination is returning to normal. I may have, he did a blood test, but I don't know, maybe 'cause I may have been kind of dehydrated or something, or low on something. He didn't say I was, but the doctor, the emergency room, he's like, well, even people at urgent care is okay. So look, because he's like, I know you ended up here because he didn't want to like blame me. So he said, I know you ended up here because you went to a simple urgent care to have them take your blood pressure to make sure it's right, and then they give you the. Well, there is a danger in going to an urgent care if they don't have stuff to treat you. Again, my stuff dropped on its own over a period of time. Thanks, Larry. But you have to get amboed to the hospital because they won't let you drive if it stays up. Right. Ugh. And then you got to find a right. You got to get an Uber, get back to your car. Right. So I'm like, so they're saying we don't have anything to treat you with, but we can take your blood pressure and see if you're coming up with the right reading. Thanks, Larry. And then he said, well, kidneys could do that. I'll do a test to make sure it's not your kidneys. Right. Thanks, Larry. They ruled out everything you needed to rule out. Did an EKG. Right. It's a nice gym. It's real. I can't believe I was here all these years and I haven't been able to do anything like this. It's because they asked me off before I even got here. Piece of garbage. Right. I got to pick up the speed. Everybody's walking too slow. Pick up speed. Come on. Once you get at least a 2.7, none of this 2.2 walks. Right. Nah, there's no doubt that I'd have held some offices. My life would have straightened out. If I could have got, it was like going up to Marshal Service, if I could have got, it's like every time they speak, they say, like this guy, the genealogy guy starts going, yeah, like I do my work on this side. We have to do certain things on our side, like baptism for the dead. Then like people like my father that's passed, he's doing his work on the other side. And it's just all this stuff like, God had given me. So the whole inference was that it's in the LDS stuff, but it's real stuff. It's not, it's not just that it's LDS. Right. Thank you, Larry. That started like 21 or 22 years ago. Right. Thanks, Larry. Yes. Yeah, I guess about 21. Like the first part of being woken up, they're like, Sears, Sears. What? Sears. No, it was Sears. I was driving by Sears. And they're like, Sears, Sears. I don't know where it was coming from. Like Seers instead of Sears. I was driving up York Road, I guess Timonium or something. I was in that Volkswagen Bug. I'm like, but the whole time I'm wondering because I knew the CIA was involved, so I'm wondering like, is this really happening spiritually or is it the CIA? Is there like a mini microphone in my car? Well, again, the lesson from God is that God, it doesn't matter what you do, God has a plan based upon what you all do. So there's like, let's just say there's like 50 plans and 50 levels of what you all would do to me in my life. Like, at the top, you would all, we cure every disease and no one would have to work because we'd figure out how to do that without anybody actually working. And you just do whatever you want all day. At the bottom is the planet destroys itself, and that's just about where we are. Now, Elon's an idiot. As far as what he's saying, it's, he's starting to like, like he's owed something. Oh, that's not part of donating money in an election. Can't be. Not legal. Right. Now, maybe that's, happens. People don't talk about it, do they? Right. 100%. Like I said, people even come in and fire people, but they don't talk. Like I probably got fired in that system, right? Only because people like Slickster, right? He put others up to it, right? And little girl and all that, right? Now they should have been done for doing my life. So it's like a setup, right? I've investigated it so many times. Thank you, Larry. Trying to locate like healthy food. There's Walmart's going to close in a half hour. I don't know if I should cut my exercise short and say forget the massage beds. I should grab like some bagged frozen fruit. You run that under the water, right? Because there's no fat in that, and there's no sodium or much sodium. I bought the Trail Max thinking I just eat a little bit of it. Bad idea. Now the whole thing was my tissues were all crimped, right? And I knew about it. Again, they do shit. They know they know more about your past than you do because they cause you to forget about it. Right? So they knew how to make me sick. Right? So I block you from buying a vehicle and all that. Meanwhile, criminals are doing whatever they want. Yeah, like I said, Elon's being psychologically operated to do that. Right? I already investigated that whole system. To tell you the truth, I'd like to walk further, but I think I'm going to just bounce off the Walmart for a few minutes there. Oh, darn it. I don't remember what machine I was on. This one? I think it was this one. This one. I wipe this one down and one next to it. Right. I don't. I wasn't that close. Could have been this one. Well, this is just a lavalier mic and a little, yeah, pretty good sized dongle. But I thank you, the young liberal people at the counter. I might come back. I just got stuff. What's happening is people are asleep now, so I'm getting more communication. So all the stuff I was missing. Oh wait. The Wi-Fi went out. I had the Wi-Fi on. So you have a system. It's a good system, and like I said, it's a good system to raise kids in. It's a good, well, good and bad. I mean, when you look at the world, it's a great place to succeed and be healthy and live a healthy life. No, I will tell you, heterosexuality can get you in trouble, but also uh, being gay can get you in trouble easier. I'm just many fronts, even some undeserved. Well, health wise, uh, again, what's his name's heterosexual, and he uh, different types of cancers and things are coming up from that type of lifestyle that aren't coming up in just regular heterosexual. Or even adventurous sexuality can get you in trouble. Right? But again, it's not your fault because something's causing it. Again, in some cases, maybe it is, but again, that requires a reciprocation where they're causing something. Oh, I didn't know it was a U.S. Bank ATM over here. I know we're doing. We're trying to clean up Walmart. They're psyoping. Yeah, they got some of the psyopers in U.S. Bank, but there's some good people in there too. That lady that got my credit card and told me to do appeal it, to her. She's going to heaven. I'll tell you that right now. Because she hears a voice and she does what it says, and she will come with us also.
100%, Larry. Thank you.
Again, Jesus says they know my voice. They didn't say that they know him. Right? See? So Jesus knew he was big, like the big angel Larry. Well, some of the work I do is it's my personality, but it's God. I can't be a million places at once. There we go, pulling the microphone out and dropping my wallet on the ground. When you drop your wallet, when you drop your wallet or your credit cards or your money, that means they're cursing your money. Right? Who knows? My apartment might be getting me sick. I told my brother that is what it could be. Right? Got a bunch of mold in the walls. I couldn't when I tested it. I couldn't find it, but it doesn't mean that it's not in there. Hmm. Everybody's running for the last minute food. Or they tuck themselves in. How you doing? Yeah, I guess that's soon, right? Well, bless you. Hopefully it works for you. Howdy. How you doing? Bunch of Indian people in here. People from India. You want H1B? You want H1Bs? You want H1Bs? No, I should have been. Like I was. They messed up everything. I knew they were involved the whole way, even with the Indian people. You gotta be careful of this guy. We'll tell you when it's safe. And of course, it's never safe, right? Check the window. It said low sodium food bagels. I want to prove that. See if it was true. Ah, it's high sodium. Jeez. I don't know why it said that. Where's the fruit at? What'd you do with the fruit? Where'd they put the frozen fruit? Makes no sense. Of course, I'm in a hurry, and now they moved the frozen fruit. Where did they put it? Were they completely out of frozen fruit? Makes no sense. Maybe because I buy it? Triple berry. Oh, here it's over here, but there's nothing here. What'd you do with all the big frozen fruit things? What's wrong with you people? Just because I buy it, you get rid of it? Could be. They're weirdos. Could be Satan stamps, I guess. That was all the bulk ones. What'd you do with the frozen fruit? What the hell is this? Mango, chunks, peaches. Guess I'll buy some of the peach slices. Make my own mix here. Strawberry banana is all I got. With some peaches. I guess I could try to go back to my smoothies. Yes, you could, Mr. Blue. Excuse me. No worries. Feel that lady. She said sorry. I'm sorry. Well, she does. Great. All right. All right. Where are we? What do we have that's low sodium? Nothing. You're all going to die in here. Raisins. Where I turn into my mother, right? So, yeah, sodium. Oh, I see. So I should have done that. It's 85 milligrams. So let's get mangoes. Love dates. Yep, dates are it. Dates are in. I used to eat Medjool dates all the time. It's like no salt-free stuff. I have to go special to get it. Top of this, maybe. Not quite big enough. No, Elon's no saner than he was when he was doing all that crazy stuff in the government. So you got to get him somewhere. No, the systems are going to kill him. The Trump system was propping him up. Right. So the money that he put out there, he got ups for it. He got paid back without it being quid pro quo, I would say, I guess. It's just the way the world works. I explained it before. Right. How you doing? I'll find if there's some cheap strainer, but I can't find it. I usually have one, but it looks like they're out of the Larry cheap strainers. I hear some. But they still don't have that bottom dollar one. This is $6.67. Well, that's a lot more money than the other one. Right. I have one. I usually have one that's like $2 or something, $3. That's $10. Out of the Larry cheap strainers. Oh, wait. Got something over here. It looks like it's LXO, so it's like more money for less strainer. Right. $11.94. He'll get the voice. Yeah, you have to heal that. You got a shoplifting voice in there. You got to heal it. Thank you, Larry. So it told me to take the two that were stuck together and just ring one up. So got to heal that. Thanks, Larry. I guess this would be the one to buy for now. I don't see anything else. Just P whatever. Three. I don't know at this point in my life if it doesn't matter if I eat or use stuff with PPPs or whatever it's called. Am I still being heard? Oh. I'm gonna need some dates. I really like to go back to the gym, but I'm just not feeling it. I don't think that's open today at this point. Thank you, Larry. That's how it works, actually. It's possession. It's my possession. So if you get shoplifting increases, you got to heal the store, and you can heal your customers also. Thank you, Larry. I think there's one down there. Is that green light? Should be one, right? Oh, I'm Walmart Plus. So what do? I just go over that way? I was open over there. Right. Is that what opened? Excuse me. Forgot I was a Walmart Plus person. I think I'm in for good this time. It kind of feels like Amazon Prime. I don't know. I don't know if I get any discounts in the store or not. I forgot I can do that scan and go thing. That's what this is supposed to be for. So I have to do that next time. Have a great night. I'm back in. Have a great night, sir. Still feels good when I call black people, sir. So, not too long ago that didn't happen. Some places still don't. But when we were kids, we were in Arkansas, and I think we were either going down to Mexico or return from Mexico. I can't remember. We did a tour in Mexico. Our family was bold, man. I wouldn't do it. You go through Mexico with machine guns on the side of the road and toll booths. And as you say you're American, they were good people. Say you're American, they let you go. Some people still do that. I mean, we didn't barge through. We just sat there and said American, American, and I said okay. Are they communist rebels back then? But we were in Arkansas, and it was, just kind of place it was. Like each room had like 8 beds. I mean, it wasn't dirty, but it's just kind of like a summer camp kind of scenario. And there was a black family or a black couple, I think, black couple in front of us, and he said no vacancy, and they walked. We went to walk off. I don't remember exactly how it happened. I think they may have just walked out right away, and we got ready to walk out, and he said, "Where are you going?" Sure, I got room. Now me, I wouldn't stay there. Well, my parents. Right? My brother had explained it to me because I didn't remember it right. Right. So again, I didn't know they were racist. Because I actually was getting over. It must have been coming back because we had to stop it in Victoria, Texas, at the hospital. I needed an IV. I got an ear infection in Albuquerque, not Albuquerque, in what's Acapulco. I got an ear infection in Acapulco, and by the time we got to Monterey, I was sick as a dog. So we went into like the Mexican doctor, and I mean, it was so cheap. And he recommended something at the pharmacy, and we did that. But at that point, I had dehydrated because I wasn't feeling good and I wasn't drinking fluids and stuff. So I went into the hospital in Victoria, Texas, real quick, emergency room, gave me an IV, and then we were on the road. Stops was probably somewhere in Arkansas. I think we spent the night in that area of Texas. It was the most beautiful thunderstorms in the world at that time, at that point, because they were going from cloud to cloud and all sorts of stuff. It was amazing. And that's when we hit that place. And they were like, black couple. In 1976, I guess, or actually 78, I think 1970. Yeah, 78, 1970. I think we drove down there in a Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon 4-door. 5 of us, And Nick would buy, we would buy, glad I wasn't driving. Nick would buy like a 6-pack Tecate beer or something like, we'd go to like what do they call them, a Pandaria or whatever it is, get cake. It was like $1, all the cake you could eat for $1. We'd have all this cake. We'd just eat cake and drink beer. We'd drive to Mexico. And then when we were in Guadalajara here, we bought some bananas. They were like Swedish sugar, real small, but like fat but small, and they were Swedish sugar. I don't know. I wouldn't say we were drunk. In fact, I was before. I was like right before the drinking and driving stuff. Everybody drunk and drove back then, I guess. Right. I think it was like 1980 or something. The drinking and driving stuff started. DWIs. I don't think I drank a lot. I got every once in a while I grab a beer, but Nick would mostly go back to the room and drink it. Like, get everybody happy, right? sedate the kids, give them a beer. How old was I? 16 or something. 16. Now it's younger than that, I guess. It's like 15 or something. I just turned 15 or something. Sins of the parents. But surprisingly, I wasn't an alcoholic. I kind of use alcohol, I guess, medicinally every so often in my life. I didn't really, maybe socially a little bit. If I didn't drink when the monster was killing me, I'd probably gone crazy. I was tough. What I would do, I was in the church, but I buy, Jesus juice. Not to sound like Michael Jackson there, but I'd buy some wine. Buy a bottle of wine and I drink a couple glasses every night. I needed it. And actually, probably that's what made me sick, stopping to drink wine. To tell you the truth, for beer. I probably kept me a little bit limber from what they were doing. I never was a big drinker, but I enjoyed, some for every so often. Again, I'm Jewish. There's no prohibition in Judaism. Car accident really bad here. Again, it came up again, 137th and Quivera. I don't know if somebody's angry at people pulling across the intersection or something, but they're putting some curses on that intersection. That intersection needs to be healed. It's not an accident now, but a future accident. Quivera.
Thanks, Larry.
That's a pretty big one. It's like nighttime when there's nobody there and no headlights. I can sense an accident. The Lord just showed me that's come through. So actually, yesterday when I went in there, I should have found the dates and all this fruit and all that, but I did. But even with all that sodium, the Lord showed my blood pressure coming down. I'm only taking one. You know, the other one was just for an emergency.
Thanks, Larry.
It could have been that. It could have. Who knows what it was? Because I was doing the electrolytes and minerals too. So I don't know if I need these in the house. Yeah, I was going to go to the gym and get another walk in, but I just got to focus on that tomorrow and the next day. The whole world's returned to normal kind of. I mean, it's been screwed up. I mean, I got sick as sick. It's horrible though, because I was so healthy right before it. I was using the hose to hose down all the leaves and clean the breezeway and raking all the leaves from early fall. And then that was it. I felt so good that I scheduled surgery. It's a possibility the deep state hit me with something. Right. Because it was like as soon as I scheduled the surgery, I got sick. Agreed. And I wouldn't have scheduled surgery unless I felt like I was well, So I came home and there were signs that somebody had been in there quite possibly. And then next thing I know, I got sick. Mm. Agreed. Yeah, I probably should have stayed in Walmart Plus. Right. There's power in it. And since I'm a big customer of Walmart, that helps. Right. To repel the evil Walmart employee. Thank you. Fire up these dates. Diglet Noor. I have to cut it? Why don't they just rip? Okay. middle of my massage. There's no way I'd even remotely sick. All right. They'll be speeding down the trail on my bicycle. Right. And I took my blood pressure before I went to the gym. Pretty low. And they were blocking that type of healthcare, that's for sure. All right, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.